Hey, what is up guys, Control here, and today's video is going to be on Braum Zed Elusives. This is one that, well, I don't play that often. I think Elusives are kind of cool. I enjoy, the race you have with them, but they're relatively repetitive, so I find that I play a lot of different decks instead of this most of the time. That being said, one of my real-life friends actually said, hit me up and he's like, hey, I'm hard stuck plat. I don't know what to play. Help me, please. So I just asked him, what have been some of the most fun decks you played in Runeterra over the game's kind of history? And he basically just told me that when he first started, he really had fun playing Elusives with like Zed and Braum. So, grabbed this one from Twitter. Braum Zed from a guy named Herbert. I believe he got Masters with this with a pretty good win rate. And I mean, I only jammed 4 games with it, but we went 4-0 and, talked through what we were doing. And I do believe it's a very strong deck. So this version doesn't use, what you're going to be noticing a lot of these type of decks do use, which is just Wayfinder. The 4-mana card that will summon, basically just your Omen Hawks and then the 2/1s, being the Blade Scouts. So you get those with that. But in this case, we don't do that because I actually think that the Freljord cards are pretty sweet. And again, I wanted to play Braum with this deck as well, but you can go either way. For this one, obviously we get 12 Freljord cards, which would kind of mess the allegiance up. And obviously Mentor, which is not a very good pull from Wayfinder. So Iron, Omen Hawk, triple Braum, triple Fury, and that's the 12. Just very solid cards. One nice thing about this version is that you do just go all in on the Freljord cards and you get to play all of the powerful ones, right? The triple Furies did the nuts. It's very good for pushing damage, just getting good trades in, protecting your units. Braum is very good just because, I mean, you can win elusive mirrors with him. He's just good in general because you can just basically pull whatever you want into him and get the Mighty Poro, which is very powerful. And if you guys have played recently, you can probably tell the Braum's a little bit strong at the moment and may potentially see a nerf. Go to like a 1-4 or something potentially. But very good champ. And then just, Omen Hawk and Elixir of Iron are very solid cards. Other than that, ones that might seem a little bit weird for this deck are the Mentor. Mentor in general is just a good card to bounce with Conspirator. Pretty solid. I mean, obviously this is a lot better in beta, but, it's still decent. The Mentor is not the best card in the entire deck, but it is a 1-drop and you do need these type of cards to bounce for the Conspirator. So overall, pretty good. I mean, it's solid with like Zed and just any elusive card buffing the attack is just good. So can't really complain about that. And, you're basically just playing the 2s that are elusives and then Shadow Assassin as well. Overpowered Ionia cards are in the deck, being Will of Ionia, and then Deny is like relatively balanced, but that's one of the good ones. And Shadow Assassin, I guess, is one of the more overtuned ones too. But Triple Will is a pretty important part of this deck that we do in fact have. And 3 Zeds is a champion as well. I would say one note about this deck, one of the things that people do that ends up actually losing them a lot of games is playing too hard for Zed. The best time to play him is on turn 3. Maybe you have some spell mana to play like an Elixir of Iron to try and protect him, but the best thing Zed can do for you is just attack on 3 or 4, and eat a big removal spell. That's about it. This deck wins with Elusives. Ideally you're gonna either overpower your opponent early game with Omen Hawk buffs / just a wide variety of Elusives on the board, or you make it to turn 7, 8, 9, and you play a Hatchling to buff all of your units, and then just go in with like 4 or 5 Elusives that are huge. And that's generally how you win. And that's, effectively kind of the gameplay kind of style that you're going to be adopting when playing this list. Is just counting ahead, seeing how much damage you have right now, how much you can do, on your next attack phase, and try to set up like, 2 attack phase lethals. That's basically what you want to do. Get good trades with the Braum, play elusive so you go face, protect your cards with the Freljord buffs, and punish people. Yeah, that's about it. Again, very quick 4-0, very solid deck. This is a fast and easy list to play and climb with. So if you guys are looking to get Masters, this is one that I would recommend using. It's one where you can really grind games quickly. And you have a little bit of variation within it. It's more than like Daring, for example. So I would say it's more fun to play than that. So check the deck out. Enjoy the gameplay. Thanks for watching. Have a great time. Game 1, and we have the elusive mirror matchup of the century. Emo Zed. Lightplate's kind of a good card here, but I think let's do this. Elixir should be really strong, really. Right now you like every deck that isn't Karma Ezreal? Oh, that's interesting. So Teemo and Zed with PNZ. So this is just elusives with Teemo and a couple burn cards, I'm gonna guess.
Hang on, Buzzball.
Hey. This is interesting.
Full speed ahead.
I'm not too sure how I feel about that, but it's all good. I'd say I think that Karma Ezreal is definitely a little bit overtuned. I think that Ionia and PNZ together are just a little bit problematic in general. I also do think that I'm gonna Hawk bounce, I think. I don't get to play it again, but I can go to the Zed and do stuff with that. Let's just Hawk and let the Hawk die as well.
Where are you going?
I think I'd rather save the elixir myself, honestly.
Master.
I think that I do like this, just generating value with this card. I don't even really need to go into the Zed. Like, if I'm just turbo buffing units, I'm going to be able to beat him a lot of time, I think. It's not really, like, the biggest race in the entire world because we are just going to be going back and forth for the most part. I think I do just, like, Hawk and then play the Conspirator and then Hawk again and get a triple buffed unit. Karma Ezreal's not overtuned. It's bullshit. I mean, you're not necessarily wrong. I would say it's overtuned in the sense that it's just, like, super unfun to play against. Based on that, the Zed usually does get to go in here because he only has 2 mana now. But it could still be better to just Conspirator and do that. I feel like I still like the Conspirator Hawk play here.
Stay safe. I'll take it from here.
Which might seem weird because like Zed can clearly go in and do well with the elixir here because we play around Mystic and everything, but it's just not really what I'm looking to do. Alternatively, I could have also buffed its attack by 1 to make it pre-nerf Conspirator, but I think that I'm fine with this. Use it on the Zed, maybe something like that. Even like the duo is good for it. And that's on a unit. And a tragedy.
Hey, Krabby.
That's a unit. So I want to play the Mentor to get a value block with. Probably I'm gonna buff up the. I want to see the Zed.
You'll thank me later.
I think that's right. Play Control? I mean, why would you play Control into
Don't want any trouble.
into Karma Ezreal? That's not a good look. That's just like saying you want to lose. And hit a fat Will of Ionia here. That's good. I like the Will. Just denies the suited value. Obviously, I mean, the duo is still a good card. You can replay it, block all your elusive cards, but I don't think it's really an issue. That is thick. I mean, I should be looking for max value. His Will is going to be good this turn, so I should actually just go wide, I think.
The Yordle here's with me.
Even if, like, we lose the duo, it doesn't matter, right? We're going to have enough aggression here to actually pop off and do stuff.
Eyes open. Watch your branches.
Yeah. Whew. That's his, not a good look, gentlemen. I like attacking with the Hawk here because if he sends 2-3 into 1-1, it's not really a big deal. The value trade is fine. So, I mean, just give it to him. It means I'm doing more damage with the Living Shadow or Zeb. And, I mean, while this matchup's not a race, it's like, it's not a big deal because I'm just going to be far ahead enough as far as health point total goes and as far as board goes that it could be okay. I don't think I elixir iron. Pass. Duo is less relevant to attack now. I also do think that even though we lose the buff, playing this duo is kind of okay. I guess actually the Lightblade might be better at this point in time. 4-4 with lifesteal is pretty bonkers. You guys remember how this card used to be 2-3, and then once it got one of these Omen Hawk buffs, it was a 3-4, and it basically just auto-won your opponent games? Good times, right? Good times.
What they cannot see.
Everyone here? Let's go. This way. I'll scout ahead.
Okay. I mean...
You call that sneaky?
Sure. Ooh, I got baited. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even think about the suit up, but I don't think I'd play around a second one. Regardless. Hit the button. So massive on the Zed. It also just means like one Will of Ionia is gonna be good, but it's not gonna be game breaking or anything. Because even with that, it'd have to be on the Zed here. I can't replay him and we would still have one unit connect. Basically, the thing with the Zed is like the threat of him means that he has to will pre-combat, which means he can't develop. Because if he waits for combat, what happens is obviously we get the Living Shadow, which is good enough. Ooh. So Riling Bows is one of the guys that's been like back and forth on rank 1. Obviously we're sitting at about 300 LP. This guy's at like almost 1300. So a little bit of an LP gap this game. Bilgewater and Oxus can definitely do super well against this. It can do super well against this as well because of the MF and Make It Rain doing so well into our 1 health units early game. That being said, I am still keeping Omen Hawk and the Green Glade duo. Okay, that's cool. Top 10 players always have Precious Pet on turn 1. It's a fact.
That's my resting face.
Seen Hearthstone's new cards.
I have my orders.
I've looked at them briefly. Seem kind of cool. The whole duo classing is definitely an interesting mechanic that they probably should have done years ago. It's a nice buff. Super, super good for us. That button. I don't think I'm gonna play this here. I think it's pass to save the spell mana. Reason being is that Make It Rain is a little bit too good.
Coming in hot.
Gonna do sure. Gonna pass again. I'm not too interested in playing into it.
Is it the boosters? Who knows?
This is massive here.
Gotta go with the flow. They'll never
Show me your best.
The Mighty Poro is just so big. He can fervor the pet here so my Braum's not damaged. Probably his best play. It's like that or Make It Rain usually. Those are the two ones that stand out as cards that he would definitely run in this deck. Shadow Assassin for 1 more mana that gives you a specific spell and gives you 1 spell mana is pretty good.
here.
Believe it or not, that card is relatively good.
Need our help.
That's another card you can get in. The value trade, it's quite bad for us. Obviously, I have nothing I can do here into that.
Running K.
And our Braum doesn't get a hit, which is also quite bad. A lot of things are bad there. Yeah. You are good, many are bad.
Like a fish in water.
I can zap that card, it's strong. We're going to play a card that heals us.
These are dangerous lands.
Let's do this.
What mana spell is that? Probably just 1 mana spell in Iron. How are you feeling about 1 mana spell in Fury? Heal all the damage up. Use spell mana for though. That would then mean Braum gets the hit off, but
Eyes open. Sometimes I see harm. Just needs one spot.
I think it's just that. I don't think this plays very good here. Yeah, he still commits that.
Try again.
We could do the same thing next round, right? But now we won't have a fervor. It's also gonna say I would have spell mana for deny as well. We're sitting on 9.
The advantage is mine. Good luck. Have fun.
I guess I actually just want this to go in, right? To get a free hit. I mean, he could transfusion both. It's not relevant. We're at 12. I think this deck only runs 1 or 2 gangplanks. They're mostly just there for bait. That being said, he is a really good finisher. It's more so, I guess, they have more draws and it's not as later on. Gonna deny the card that deals 4 damage to me. Pretty straightforward. And I can play a duo, I guess. Point in the game. Fine.
Hang on, Buzzball.
Hey.
I couldn't play the duo pre-combat because I needed 8 mana to have the Fury of the North plus deny up, I think. If you're wondering why I did that, that's what I was waiting on the Green Glade duo for. Was just the opportunity to do that, I guess. Grenadier Gamer, okay. Are you sure? Hatchling is definitely a play for next round this game. Petty Officer. Yo, Dominic, thanks for the 2 gifted, man. Appreciate that. How you doing? What's up? I'm chilling, dude. Thank you. I appreciate the time, man. Saturday. Welcome, Stormy Van, and the deep pew pew digital athletes. How you guys doing? And yeah, thanks for the time, man. I appreciate it a lot. So I play hatchling now. He just passes. He's passed still. I'm gonna Fury this turn, hopefully. Okay, so he's up a unit now. Is that fine? I think yes. So if he doesn't attack, my elusive cards plus the overwhelm go in for a lot and usually win the game with the hatching next rounds. So these die. He deals 4 with those. He goes over with 3. So he does 7 to me. I heal for 6, so I'm at 11. I'm not dead.
Got something for 'em? The dead don't eat riches. I sense fear.
Can will one of these.
You are safe with Braum.
And then just do that, go to 13. He has like no spell mana to do anything, so that's about as good as we're gonna get without like stacking our cards off, I think. Like a first action, Make Rain's not gonna be relevant for next round. Hit the hatching button and Amigo face. Grab the unit with the most health and 200 LP. Almost 300 LP is definitely greater than almost 1300. So wait, 1k LP gap, but you know, we still come out on top, baby. Let's go. Yeah. 310. How could we possibly defeat somebody who's 1000 LP higher than us, gentlemen? The answer is with the most balanced card in the game, Will of Ionia. I love Will of Ionia. My favorite card. Ezreal Karma against an elusive deck. What will we want? He has 6 units that can block our units. He has Mystic Shots to kill my Zed. He has Thermos to kill my Zed. He has Get Excited to kill my Zed. That being said, I have had it a few times when I'm playing against these type of matchups where my opponents will not be able to answer it. I'm gonna hawk over the Mentor every time. The potential buffs on like a top deck Zed are just too good to give up. Like that as well is really, really strong. In this case, I'd probably Conspirator the Hawk and then try to Hawk again next round though. 3 mana. I mean, Static's an issue. He has first action next round. I was gonna say I could duo attack for 3 here. And then Conspirator plus a Hawk next rounds. But I don't know about that. I think I like safe play over the play where I make his his Static Shock like really, really strong. Okay. Well, that's kind of nuts. I mean, I should have played this one first, but I mean, I might have something to block. So, yeah, nice. It's all up here, gentlemen. It really is. Why do you just buff the assassin instead of the Zed?
My training is unconventional.
This did get nerfed, right? It used to be grinding ally and hand plus 1/1 instead of 1/0. Giving him an action and something to block with through isn't going to be relevant, I don't think.
Time for a leap of faith.
Well, maybe. Sure, palm sign. Mana left. I do think I want to play this over the duo. Play the Hawk here, and then I attack with all of the units that I can, because even if he takes this trade, it's not going to be that great for him. Trade he's usually going to take is just into 2-1. Like, even this isn't a big deal because I'm pushing more damage than I would otherwise. It's like 2 instead of pushing 5. So. That's not. I mean, it's an okay unit to buff, but you'd rather have buff smaller things, I think. Yeah, I would agree. This definitely is not the meta game to play your favorite deck. Good morning, Kratos. How you doing? Got us, maybe. My bad. 3 mana left. I can play 4/3 Shadow Assassin, or I can play Zed to open attack with the duo.
Hang on, Buzzball.
Hey,
Thermo for 3, sure, that's fine. Can play a Zed that won't necessarily connect. One part of it will usually. The Shadow Assassin will connect more often. Zed buffs the duo as well. He's also only on 6 mana, and I mean, I could also just develop next round before I attack as well. And without spell mana, most of his options are going to be either develop like a Shadow Assassin then Thermo, or like a Will, which would be most of his turns. So it'd have to be like Will plus Mystic. So I think that maybe I play the Assassin first to get the draw, then think about developing the Zed.
Dark beckons.
Okay, I mean, I probably just develop now that I get duo.
The Yordle here's with me.
So the thing you want to do against this deck almost every single time is just go as wide as possible. Especially in situations when you force like a Thermo and they're working with like less overall mana for a turn. It makes it really frustrating to actually end up doing anything productive for them. That's fine. Unfortunate, but fine.
Your path alone.
You suggest a reward play my deck, but of course I'll make it with high channel points. It could be a look, yeah. I think the thing is I'm not always in the mood to do that. Sometimes I'm happy to play chat stacks. And I mean, I'm always looking for new stuff to play. So I mean, I don't have any issues with like taking requests from you guys or suggestions.
Full speed ahead.
That's just one of the things that I like to do, and I feel like I do a fair amount of time. How many own my Hawks will I play this game, gentlemen? I think all of them. I will not have an Omen Hawk in my next 20 games. Like how many I played so far.
Would panicking help, brother?
Play draw a card. I'm gonna hatch like next turn, so play a full board of Elusives.
My life.
Oh, that's another one. Okay. Hey, no spell mana again.
Master.
Dragonling. Getting a buff.
What is gained when you return malevolence?
I have mana for Deny here, which is actually really big. And well, our elusive units are kind of thick, and he's only working with 8.
The order rewards its
Pretty good for him.
faithful.
seize control. I have many faces.
That was a little bit fishy.
It's too late for
I
you.
should have let one of these bad boys hang back. I actually threw.
Your attack is obvious. You cannot win.
Okay, so he's a removal spell probably for the duo. Like a Will. That being said, I have a Deny that I have mana for still. And I guess that, like, this top deck was one of the reasons why I shut my brain off and didn't really think about even like the Zed. Just because like any one of option he has isn't gonna work. Had I not drawn Deny, I probably would have gone for the Zed clone. That being said, I mean, it's not going to save me in this case, right? It would just mean that I would have an extra 3/3, which would actually be a 1/1 next round. Good game, relatively easy win.
Shadow.
I feel like a lot about winning in this game is just like understanding how to approach the matchups you're playing. Like in that case, I play against Ezreal Karma. I understand that you're going to lose to that deck if you don't go wide and just apply a bunch of pressure early. So I kind of just like adopt my mindset to doing that, where like I just go wide and I apply pressure. Whereas like I played against another, I think he was playing like Elusives with like a Teemo and PNZ. In that matchup, it's not so much like that. It's more so like just maintaining control of the board and not falling behind. Braum Swain, a man of culture. So Conspirators a 2/3, I would Nikki keep almost every single time when I used to play Elusives. I don't know how confident I am in that anymore. Braum also farms Elusives as well, so it's not a good look. I also want to keep the Iron. But let's just YOLO it. Get a 1-drop. I'm so talented. I am actually one of Legends of Runeterra's finest.
You'll thank me later.
It's like he was never nerfed. Even though this combo before would give you literally a 4-3 on turn 2.
There's always a way out.
This would be a 4-3. This is Navori Conspirator unnerfed. Kind of a big deal. This would not die to Descent here. Kind of a big deal. Kind of a big deal. Serve Iron. Buff the Braum here.
Bring me
I like that.
tea to gain the strength of rivers.
I like to save spell mana here over playing SA because I think if I play the Braum, I'm gonna want to have the irons and stuff like that to just back them up a little
Let
bit.
me show you what I can do.
I like punish. I could even actually let that attack in, I guess. I'm gonna be playing a unit though. I'm gonna always give him the ability to get value from that with Transfusion because he gets to answer with a unit. Feels badly calling strike. Ah, you're not wrong, yeah.
I can't wait.
Calling strikes is one of those things though, like, I mean, it's just, it happens and you just have to accept that, I think. Fuck you. Hey, Braum.
I love a taste of the action.
I love my Braum into 2/3s. Great. Wall guy.
Take heart. Is it the boosters? Who
Braum gaps.
Silent as death.
That's almost good here. It is almost good. But not quite. Braum farms him. I guess I could have my Braum challenge his Braum, but then I can't Will. And Will feels like it's pretty important to play here, but maybe that's actually okay. Give him a 3/3. 3/3 trades 3/3.
I walk your path alone.
Berber beats the Zed here. I'm in a bad spot, right? And one of the things I think you have to do when you're in a bad spot is, I guess, play around what you can. In this case, I can play around like a Fervor 8 here. Sentry though farms the fuck out of me, so I can't do that now.
Night falls.
Good luck. Have fun.
Still okay though, I guess. Ready to see the flock? Ooh. Ain't fucking around. I could double iron. And then I could level him up if he chooses to attack with a 3/2. Kind of actually a good look.
Sometimes I
Iron's like a very good card, I think, for this matchup. Because they do have a lot of pings, but I think this is like a pretty good reason to utilize it. It's not like this is a matchup where Braum level matters a lot, but I mean, my hand does nothing, and he's kind of out of gas outside of like what we see in hand as well. Or on board, sorry. It's also a really good draw too.
I'm for talking to. Show me your best.
By Fury, he can Fury back. Played one already then. Basically, it's only answering to this, right? That's much more, I think, within these regions. So I feel like the Fury is better than Will here.
Think strong.
So you can develop Swain or whatever now. It's up to him what he wants to do. But I mean, the cards are kind of just like
Braum is on the job.
up to him to play now. Conspirator. Can bounce the SA to draw. Let him play stuff though. Braum, pull Braum. I think I really want to see what he's gonna do here. Right?
They cannot hide.
We should be friends.
The only issue is that the Zed takes 1 damage and the Braum gets it through. Yeah, so that's why this isn't really that good. And why I'm not looking at it like that heavily. I might even just look for elusive units and then the attack with that. So I think because of that, I The Hawk. I feel like I do want to draw, but
Stay
I just do
safe.
that.
I'll take it from here.
I just don't really believe that this card's going to be good here. The setup just doesn't really feel like it's online. And I mean, with this play, I can still play the deny plus will, so it at least leaves us in a, like, kind of a flexible position here. Whereas otherwise, it's a little bit unfortunate, I'd say. Okay, well, I figured out my great play now. Yeah. Very high quality play. Make him replay a Leviathan instead of doing anything else next round. Yeah. Very balanced that I can that into the card. Very, very balanced. So I can allow Zed to farm his board if I challenge Braum. Then he gets 53. I can allow Braum to level up if I challenge him.
My shield, you met my shield?
I feel like I prefer this. Myself. Farming the board seems good. Transfusion's a possibility. That means it doesn't matter so much. Braum's level up like doesn't really matter too much at this point. I think this is better. That trade makes sense.
Let's get a good look at you.
Transfusion potentially here.
You can do.
Be good. You're tired of facing Will, so you also play well. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but recently, you know, I've been complaining about the metagame quite a bit, and I've been having a lot of issues, I guess, trying to play anything that's relatively interesting, in my opinion. So, one of the ways that I've found that you know, I can kind of deal with that and end up actually having fun while I play is just playing decks with Ionia in them in Will of Ionia, because you just win games when you do that, and when you win games, you're a lot less frustrated than you are when you would lose. Kind of crazy, right? When you think about it that way, it's like sort of insane, but it's almost like winning in games like this is more fun than losing. And we've been doing a fair amount of winning recently, so I've been having more fun. And by recently, I mean just exactly this stream, but still my point stands. Fervoring something, I have deny. He has 3-card hand, right? We know one of them, so we're kind of fine with the prep.
Let's show our friends then. Show me your best. Leave them nothing.
Will have to be a 5-mana spell. Will it though? I am funny, man. I am hilarious. My jokes are the best. There's 4 mana left. Swain will not flip. I don't really have a reason to block it. Like, I have a deny and I have elusive cards to just kill him. So I mean, like, he's not doing anything at this point. If I just have 11 elusive damage, like, I'm just gonna kill him. So he can put me at 7 with this deny, and we're just chilling. Yeah, we basically had elusive cards, a Braum that got clapped early, and then, you know, the 2 most balanced Ionia cards in the world, Will of Ionia and Deny. And that just makes it so he doesn't really get to play the game in a lot of cases. He can play the Fervor, and I will play my Deny spell, and he won't get to play the game. Avalanche plus Flock? Well, you can't Avalanche if I play Deny. It's kind of a problem, right?
It is easy, see?
Does giving him an action to play a unit matter at all here? Or is it better to just, like, King Cow Lightblade to not just lose to a Fervor? I don't lose to 1 Fervor. I lose to 2? So, I mean, if that's the case, I shouldn't really respect it, I don't think.
First we fight. Good luck. Have fun. Left for a stay.
Get that level up in just in case we don't win. And GG. Pretty straightforward, man. I mean, the Culling Strike, like, slowed our tempo down so hard too, man. But I mean, still relatively easy game, right? The Braum still ended up doing stuff, and you know, really fast 4-0, nice clean quick climb, not too much to say.